Hi everyone, welcome back to Lights On Podcast. My name is Tiana if you're new here, and this is my co-host.
Joshua Anthony. Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua.
Brian. Yeah.
Do you think that's a big thing as well, like in regards to like manifesting in physical reality, is to first write it down? Because I feel like you're taking it from the internal and you're putting it into the external, even though it's just words.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
So, when I was younger, it was like I was researching how to study efficiently, or how to study well, or how to retain a lot of information for my exams. And a big tip I got was, when you read something, like write it down or take some notes and use a pen and paper, not type it up, because that motion of you writing it down kind of solidifies it in your head.
I totally agree, because when I studied, that is how, and I'm very old school in that way, it can't be typed up or written in your phone, it has to be written down. I need to be able to, because it's the act of writing it down and then reading it afterwards as well, that kind of solidified it into my life. That's something that I don't do often enough now.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you just implement that across all areas of your life that you want to achieve something in?
So it's a bit different now. I don't write ever anymore, but my brain is pretty interesting in that I only have to listen to something once and I'll just remember it. But as long as while I'm listening to it, I'm like, I was like this in school as well. Like the teacher would explain something, as long as I'm like actually paying attention, I wouldn't need to study.
Yeah, but how would you pay attention? Would it have to be something that you're actually interested in? Because I've said things to you before and you've not remembered them. And I'm like, nice, like glad to see Brian actually listens to what I'm saying.
It has to be something that something that triggers, that is valuable. In my head, it's like that's a valuable piece of information.
Okay, well, I'm glad to see what I was
No, you fucking...
No, it was about work.
So if it's about work, bro, work is like the last thing on my mind. I don't remember shit from work.
You know those people from work that actually watch it.
Yeah, I know, but...
You're like, alright, I'll just edit this out.
No, it's true, but I don't remember shit from work,
Yeah.
Nah, but what are they going to do? What, spy me?
Yeah, they can't.
I mean, they can if they want.
Yeah, but you're a really good worker.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. In your life, I want everyone to position yourself in a way that makes you indispensable. So especially if you have a job, companies, what they love to do is try and maximize efficiency by cutting off people, especially big companies. They will fire a lot of people to try and save money and give like too much workload for the few people that remain. So in life, even in your relationships, even in just everything, try and make yourself indispensable, because a lot of things that we do, a lot of people that we meet, the reason your friends are your friends even is because everything's a value exchange. You're getting value from them and they're getting value from you. So the more value you can provide someone or everyone around you, the more indispensable you are, and the less likely they are gonna cut you off. And the more likely you're just gonna get what you want at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I found in my...
Sounds really poorly worded.
No, it wasn't. I found in my work history that because I am very... how do I say this without sounding egocentric?
You're a good worker, you learn quickly, you ask the right questions.
I am a good worker and I'm attentive, and I have a good work ethic.
Amazing work ethic, yeah.
So
I can testify to that.
So, but what I found is that when
this
you're that
is Tiana, this is the resume. Hi,
you're hiring, like, hit me up.
Yeah.
But what I found is that because I'm like that, I end up getting more, like what you just said, more workload for the same amount of pay, and then there's people around me who are lazy, and they get the same amount of pay, and they don't get as much workload. The job that I'm in currently is not really like that. Yeah. But I found that especially in like more like
retail,
corporate.
Oh, corporate.
In more corporate roles, that is huge. Like I used to be a case manager for the Woolworths Group, and I would have like 23 open cases versus others who had 2 or 3. And I was constantly like bringing this to the attention of management, but nothing was ever done. And I was like, it's just not fair that me and this person get the same amount of money per week. I don't know, my co-host just disappeared too. Yeah, so like, what do you think about that? Like, why?
So, the fact that you're working more because you're a good worker and getting paid the same as lazy people.
And I can't bring my work ethic down. So I can't bring my efficiency down or anything like that, because not my identity is tied into my work ethic, but my sense of pride is tied into that. So I wouldn't want to lower my standards are tied into that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to lower those.
Yeah.
You know, and if I owned a company, I would expect everyone to be reaching the same standards that I'm leading them to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By leading from the forefront, but I would expect that. And if they didn't have the capacity, this is another thing I've noticed about companies, and when I own my own business, which I will next year, this is how I'm going to implement things. Not every role is for every person, not every person is for every role.
That is true.
You know, it's just a simple fact, but I see companies holding on to people that are not good for their company, and I see people holding on to companies or employment that is not good for them.
Yeah.
And boom, that won't be happening for me. I'll give you 3 warnings. And first one is, I can, I'll query them and be like, how do you think you're performing? Be honest with me. Like, what do you think your strengths and your weaknesses are? They'll be probably not as honest as I'd like them to be. And then I would point out their shortcomings. I'd point out their strengths first, but then I'd point out their shortcomings, and I'd say, what do you need from me to be able to assist you in raising your level of performance?
Yeah.
I give them the tools. Once they're honest with me, I give them the tools. If it continues on, then that's it. It's not the right job. It's not the right job, and you're not the right fit. Simple as that. I will be cutting people. There'll be no
emotion in it. It's not the right role.
It's not the right role.
So some people, they might do shit at one job, but then you move them, they'll be amazing at this.
Yeah, but that's dependent on whether your company is that big.
And then at the same time, it's also on you as a leader to find the right people in the first place, because you firing people, there's a lot of legal issues, and it's not fun mentally or emotionally either.
Yeah, but essentially at the same time, there's a lot of people that can have a really good facade.
That's true.
I pride myself in being a good judge of character. I can feel people's energy quite quickly, and I can sense whether someone's going to be beneficial to be just even around or not. But there are some people that are quite clever at disguising that.
Yeah, those people fool me all the time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not a good judge of character.
Sometimes. No, I don't think too much into it.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually a pretty good judge of character.
Yeah.
Although when I met this one for the first time, I was like, oh, he's heaps blasé, like.
I am, but
we were just talking about that, but then once you get to know. But then as well, you didn't read me properly either when you first met me. You said I would talk too much.
Yeah, you talked a lot.
I was asking relevant questions towards the position. It was my first day.
I knew she'd be a good worker, but like, I'm lazy. I'm like the laziest person in the world, eh? So like, it was good that you're asking the right questions, but then in my head I was like, bro, I just don't really want to do anything right now. Like, answering these is such a sack, eh?
And it was Christmas Day.
Oh, was it? Yeah, it was Christmas Day.
Yeah, it was Christmas Day.
Yeah, I was like, I'm at work, I just want to chill out, do my job, go home, sleep.
You were probably hungover.
Oh, I doubt it. Around Christmas, I don't really go out much, just because I can work a lot.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I've been looking forward to the Christmas break for so long.
Yeah. But you asked the question saying, why do companies do that, hold on to the wrong people, and then push the workload? It depends on the size of the company. So companies, especially in the corporate, if they're that big, so the top level CEOs, shareholders, stakeholders, they don't know about any of it, and they kind of set quotas for the management roles. So this is people that do like hiring.
KPIs and stuff like that.
Yeah, they set KPIs, hiring. You got to hire this many people. You've got to create this much turnover, and then those guys are then like to the managers on the team level are like, so we got to hire this many people. So they hire fucking randoms or anyone. And then they said we've got to hit these quotas, but then they've got these people that are full waste of space. But then they've also got these new people, the good people. They're just going to push the work onto the good people, because if they try and fire someone, they then have to go above and be like, this is the reasons why we're firing him, and then provide evidence for legal reasons. And then those people are then like get asked, so how's the team, how's everything, and they don't want to get in trouble themselves, being like, well, we hired shit people in the first place, because the guys at the top are going to be like, why did you hire these guys if we're going to have to fire them after 3 months? So they just stay in these roles.
I think that's why like a lot of places like to have casual say, because you don't need to go through the entire legal.
Then you don't have to fire anyone, you just don't give them shifts.
Yeah.
And then from the bottom up, for the people that do get into these roles or are not suited for them, I don't feel like they think about it too much. I don't think they're in positions where they're just there for a paycheck and that's it.
Yeah.
So they'll come to work, get paid, go home. They don't even see how they're affecting the rest of the team.
Yeah, but I remember working with some people and then bitching and groaning and saying how much and they were the low performers. How much they despise the job and stuff, and I'm like, well, just leave them. Like, if you don't like it so much, I didn't love the job either.
Yeah.
I had really bad anxiety doing that job, but because it wasn't the right thing for me, but I still performed.
Yeah. I feel like I've met people like that too. Were those people that you're talking about older?
No.
They were younger.
Yeah, younger than me.
The ones that I seen were like heaps older, and I was like, damn, I didn't want to end up like you.
Yeah, like bitter, like a life of unfulfilled dreams, and end up, bro. There was a lady in a takeaway shop the other day that was like that, and I was like, you just I was so nice and so happy, and she just looked so miserable. And it's constant every time I go into this takeaway shop, and I'm just like, if you are disliking your job so much and you're so unfulfilled, which you can read it all over your body, all over your face and your energy. Move on. But then I suppose that goes back to the whole limiting beliefs things.
Maybe.
That, people put a cap on themselves of what they can achieve.
Yeah.
They do, through their beliefs. And I did it for so long, I put a cap on myself. And once I was able to transcend and reintegrate that block, my life changed drastically.
I was going to ask, how easy do you reckon it is for that person to find a new job? Because I feel like it would be difficult.
Well, I know nothing about it. I know nothing about her work history and things like that. But at the same time, you can reinvent yourself in any way. Like, you can't put a cap. I know people say, I've spoken to a lot of older people, specifically women in their 50s, who have got this limiting belief that because of their age, they won't be able to find anything, and they're going to be looked over. And I've heard a lot of older women, especially as well, say that when they've gotten older, that they've become invisible.
Yeah.
I don't know if men go through that same thing when they're older, but women specifically, and I think that's as well, they go from having so much male attention to no longer receiving that type of attention anymore.
Yeah,
so they feel like they've become invisible, and they feel like their value within society has lowered dramatically.
Yeah.
So because they perceive themselves that way, when they go out and take action from that source, it's the results are cause and effect. You're not going to get the results that you actually want to create. You're going to get the ones that you believe that you can have. Yeah. That's a mad phrase. It's not even about that's the next TikTok, right? But it's not even it's not about any of that. It's about your self-belief. Self-belief is a major component. And with you, I noticed that heaps. You just I don't know if this is how you actually are, but the way that I perceive you, and a lot of other people around you do too, is that you have that much confidence and that much belief in yourself that you look like you think that you're unstoppable, that you can have anything that you want. Yes. And because you have that, and it is just oozing out of your energy, everyone else around you believes the same thing, which is creating more momentum and more power. Everyone else is adding to that too. Their perceptions are in alignment with your perception. Yeah. Your inner and your outer are cohesive.
Do you remember that it was straight after Surface Paradise when we did the podcast. I was like, watch, I'm not gonna go out. I've got this new thing. This is now 3 months later.
Bro, you have been out though.
Yeah, twice. 3 times.
3 times.
3 times. But 3 months later, I'm still going strong. I'm still like driven. At that point, like that second day of recovery after Surfers Paradise, I knew I was gonna make something happen.
Yeah.
And now it's just like snowballed hard.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. You have like
yeah.
you've progressed so much further and in such a short period of time.
Yeah. In my head, I don't even. In my head, I acknowledge it. Like, I do believe that I will be successful. Like, it will happen. But in my head, it's more like.
You already are successful, though.
In my head, it's like, if you do, I will work. So a lot of people work to succeed at something, but I believe in working until you make failure impossible. So I've structured everything in my life to make failure impossible. So I will do that much work. I'll plan everything out every hour of every day. Get all these things down, plan it out in the first place too, so I'm not doing dumb work. Because you can work hard and like it's not the right type of work.
It's not efficient.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll work hard in the right direction. Because you can work smart or you can work hard, but I don't just do both. Like work smart and hard, and then you can get there quicker.
Double the momentum, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because I've got that solid foundation, it's really easy for someone to look at me and be like, yeah, he believes in himself. Because the work's just, and it's really easy for me to be like, yeah, I'll be successful. It just makes sense.
Yeah, and I suppose it's that confidence thing. You work so hard to be confident at whatever you're trying to create that the confidence just naturally starts to exude from you. Yeah.
Confidence is built from competence. So if you become real competent at anything, you're just going to be confident.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I want to be more like you, straight out.
Well, you got the secret. You got the person here asking any questions, and I'll explain how I think about it.
I don't know. It's just this fear of I don't know what the fear is. You helped me before identify that fear that was completely out of my self-awareness. What do you think it is?
You've got a mad fear. Like you do. You're real attached to your past, eh? So
do you think I still am?
Yeah, even like with the whole ADHD, like you're still attached to it, and you're like, oh, like it's a bit harder for me because I've got these things in like my past, and I've done so much already, but even then, like it's still hard because I've still got all these things. Like you'll say those type of things.
Yeah.
Which shows like, yeah, you're, because I don't even think about my fucking. Like as soon as I transmute something, I just forget about it.
So what do you think that I should do?
What you should do? You're really good at introspect. You're going the right path. I reckon you'll get there eventually. Oh, yeah. You're already doing everything right, which is the worst answer you want to hear. But
yeah, I want it to be expedited.
But you're already doing everything. From my eyes, I see everything sweet.
Yeah.
She's grown so much in the little time I've known her. And I can see it.
So what's the pattern though? Just too connected to the past. What's the pattern?
What's the pattern? You feel like everything's harder for you.
Yes, that's the limiting belief.
That's it.
Everything's harder for me and everything's easier for everyone else.
Yeah.
That's the limit. Oh my god, this is why I love my friendship with Brian, because it's just like, I don't know, it's just such like
eye-opening.
Yeah, but it's like I grow so much through you, whether it's through positive or negative experiences, because you've had some positive and negative experiences, but like both have ended the same way. Yeah. And it's just growth. Brian's literally like one of my favorites.
That's what I like about her too. Like positive and negative, she'll always grow. She's not one of those people that's
but you're meant to say, I grew from our positive and negative experiences.
No, I do grow too, sometimes. Sometimes. No, I've learned a lot from you too. I've learned a lot heaps. It's good, it is a good thing.
Oh my god, am I about to like break this open?
What a random.
Let's see what's inside the vapes.
That's crazy.
No, but thank you so much, Brian, because now that I've brought that into my conscious mind, I can actively, every time that a new pattern comes up and it comes into my awareness, I'm like, this is the one, this is the life-changing one. And they all are at the moment, they're all quite life-changing, but this one, if I can let go of my past, then I can start creating my future exactly how I want it to be. You're the best.
Yeah.
Thank you. Breakthroughs on camera.
Breakthroughs on camera.
In 10 years' time, I'm gonna rewatch this and be like, oh my god, that was that pivot moment.
I wanted to make a Hello Me in 5 years video.
Right now.
Yeah, fuck it. Alright, hello me in 5 years, or hello Last Son podcast in 5 years. I hope you're well, because I'm gonna watch this back in the future.
Bro, our podcast is gonna have millions of subscribers by that time.
Probably.
It will.
So I just wanted to say, you're doing good. I'm doing good right now. I hope you're chilling as well. I hope you're not a little junkie roaming the streets. I hope you haven't fallen off.
Why? What's wrong with junkies?
I just don't want to be a junkie. Yeah. And I hope you're still chilling, probably in Dubai or Hawaii.
I can so see you just chilling in Dubai.
I imagine in 5 years' time, like, just still in Australia, working hard. That'd be fine as well. I feel like you'll be sweet no matter where you go.
Yeah, but you can still be in Australia, but just traveling the world.
Oh, I want to tell you, bro. I hope you find the right person. I hope they come.
Yeah, I hope I find the right person too. I hope in 5 years, time, Tiana's married.
And whoever I'm next to at that time, I'm so glad I met you.
Oh, that's really sweet. Oh, I hope I'm married. If I am married, like, I'm glad I finally got married. I can't wait, straight
Get
out.
married. Are you gonna have a big wedding or a small one?
I would never have a big wedding. I'm gonna have a small wedding with like only probably maximum like 20 people, and then I will spend most of my money on my honeymoon. That's what I'll do.
Honeymoon?
Yeah.
What type of honeymoon?
I don't know. Oh, you know, actually I do know, because this is my dream. The other day when I was like swimming at the beach, I was like, I wish I just was on a private beach. There was no one around me. And I just had like a private chef that would just appear at meal times and like give me my food. And then a private masseuse and like facial person, like a beautician who would just appear whenever I wanted a massage and a facial, and then they would disappear straight away. And then a cleaner that I'd never see. Yeah, that I would never see. And then that's just my life. Like, I'm on this like really, really nice, like kind of like bungalow hut, like that's beautiful, with this like really nice pool and this really nice landscape with my own private beach. That would be my honeymoon.
You could probably get that right now, eh?
Yeah, 100% I could. I literally started looking at, when I was thinking that, I was like, fuck, I'm gonna buy a private beach. And I started looking at places in South America, which is where I want to move to.
Yeah.
There's heaps of cheap islands. Like, bro, I could buy a private island for the same amount as a house in Sydney.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, eh? So I was like, fuck, why would I even bother? Like, I'd much prefer to just have my own private island.
Yeah. Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Thank you. Do you want to do the outro? Yeah, you can.
Thanks, guys. Please like,
comment,
and subscribe.
And
we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.